What is going on, everybody? This is Josh from Sorcerer Studios, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Dungeon Game Dev series. I can't believe we're already in the double digits already. That's pretty exciting. So for this episode, I'm going to begin the automated process of having the Brute following Ethan and get him out of his player state right now. So I will be honest, I am diving into some unfamiliar territory. There is a little bit of coding that I have to learn in order to get the AI to work. So, in this episode, I'm going to try my best and do whatever I can. So, without further ado, let's begin. So right now, I'm working on making the health bar for Ethan and also for the enemy. So this is a simple health bar so far, but basically it's completely red when the character is at full health, and it's completely dark when the character is at no health. So that's basically what I'm going to do, and basically when I go into the game I'm going to have it start here, and then as the player's health goes down it's going to wrap around to the left until the player's health or the character's health is gone. So that is what I'm working on implementing, and let's see what it looks like. So I started on making the player health bar, and as you can see at the top right or the top left hand corner we have it. Now it doesn't look very pretty, but I will work on that later, and I'm testing it by having a little volunteer spike man throwing some fire at me, and as you can see when he throws fire at me the health goes down. And I still have to work on the part where when he's dead that doesn't happen, so I am still working on that. But for now, let me show you part of the code that I did to get this thing to work. So we got the code right here, and there are a couple of things in this that do not have to do with the health bar, but I'll do my best to show you how it works. So we have a bunch of variables here. We have the health bar raw image, we have the starting HP, so by HP I mean health points. So we have the starting HP, the regular HP, the HP that he's at now, the HP percentage, and the max HP. And we don't really use the max HP in the health bar right now. So to start, the HP is equal to the starting HP, which means if he has 20 health, his current health is 20 health. So that basically equals these two at the beginning, and the starting HP will never change. And the health bar, this just finds the health bar, the raw image of the health bar, and I'll show you what that looks like in the inspector. So there's the start function, and in update we basically just declare the HP percentage, so that's health points over starting health points. So for example, if his health is 10 and his starting health is 20, 10 divided by 20 is 0.5, so he is at 50% health. Now I don't multiply it by 100 because that would mess up what's down here. Now this is a new float. This is just how much health he lost. So if he's at 50% health, then he lost 50%. So there's a couple of arguments in the rect transform of the health bar, and that's basically how far to the right or left that it wraps around the image. So we basically take the health point loss percentage and divide by 2. Now this is math that you'll just kind of have to figure out yourself, but I'll show you how I figured it out. And we just take the UV rect of the health bar, and this is how far to the how far on the x-axis it moves, and that is this variable, and then all these other variables are just arguments that we determined in the inspector. So basically, all in all, the UV rect of the health bar wraps itself around the image, and by doing that, by moving itself to the left, we have the health bar ever so it's kind of hard to explain. It basically moves to the left more and it becomes more purple. So let me show you what that looks like in the inspector. So here's the health bar, and here's the inspector for it. Now, as you remember, there were certain values in the arguments that we were using. So basically, this is the X movement, and it starts at 0, and as it approaches 0.5, that is when Ethan is at 0 health. So that's what it looks like when he's at 0 health. And then when it's at 0, that is when he's at full health. So 0, 2.5. So what that means is, if we go back into the script, we can see that the X movement, if it's 0, that means he's at full health, which means that the HP loss percentage pretty much has to be at 0. So if he lost 0 health, then that means this is going to be 0. So 1 minus 1 minus 1 is 0. So HP percentage would be 1 in this case, and it would be 0. Whereas if he were at 0 health, the HP loss percentage will be, let's say, well, yes, the HP loss percentage would be 1 in this case, and the HP percentage would be 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1, and then we would divide that number by 2 so that it makes 0.5, so therefore this would be 0.5, which means that he is at 0 health. So that's pretty much how that works, and I'm still working on how to get it working for the enemies, and also the little bug of when he goes below 0 health, then it begins doing this. So we need to fix that, but before I put this on the enemy, I thought that I would test it on the player because it's a bit easier to test it out that way. So without further ado, I'm going to continue with this. So I just realized that the video recording is surpassing 15 minutes, so I thought that I would wrap up this video here and split it into a two-part series. So in this part, we make the player health bar, where we lose health whenever we go into something that takes away health, like that. And in part 2, we will work on the enemy health bar. And here it is right here. It's basically a floating health bar above the enemy that follows the camera view. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. So we'll be making this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and when we finish the health bar on the enemy, that will pave the way to making the AI for him. And we're just setting it up. We are doing it step by step. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So without further ado, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.